All right. Welcome to the Indie Corner After Dark, where we not all talk about all things independent comics, but everything comics. I'm Mikey,
I'm Seamus.
I'm Rebecca.
and today people are back at it again with another episode of Indie Corner After Dark. A very last minute and impromptu episode because originally we wanted to do the best and worst movies, but that's probably have to push that back on a later date. But nah, because something more important came across our table. Today was the I want to say historic, monumentous. I don't know how many words to describe this, but our boy,
Weird.
weird, weird, yeah.
Weird.
Our boy, our guy, our Lord and Savior, James Gunn just dropped a video and dropped a bunch of articles to various media outlets today announcing his next slate of DC projects for the DC studios for the next like 5 years, give or take. Yeah, so we're gonna be everyone's talking about it. We gotta get on the hype while we can. So thanks Seamus and Rebecca for for doing this. I know Seamus, me and him like immediately text each other like, yo, we gotta do something ASAP.
I was literally like, we have to. There's like, because I didn't think it was gonna be this much. I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, here's like 3 movies and then like 2 TV shows. But instead, he started throwing shit out there, and I was like, whoa. I was in a class today, and I got out and I looked at Twitter, and I was like, how much shit did he announce? What the hell?
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, so thanks to both of you for joining me. Appreciate it. But all right, yeah. So we'll just get right into it, people. For starters, all right. So we're just gonna go off rip. So James Gunn, basically, answered the big question: what are the products that are already out or that are separate from his vision? What are they going to be called? He's branching it in a way where he's calling them. He's using them. He's putting them underneath the banner of DC Elseworlds. So anything that's not in canon with his plans for DC, they're gonna be basically considered Elseworlds. So like the Batman, for example, Matt Reeves' The Batman and the upcoming Batman sequel, that's Elseworlds. Stuff like Teen Titans Go and a bunch of other like projects that exist before the new plan are Elseworlds. So I think that's great. The fact that they're like calling it and acknowledging it as Elseworlds, they're using the actual like comic book actual like banner is great.
I'm so glad he's not like his Black Label guys. I was so scared he was gonna do that, and I was gonna be like, fuck, I don't want to keep hearing about Black Label. But then when he said Elseworlds, I'm like, oh, he gets it. He knows how cool Elseworlds are.
It's good shit. And I'm just to reiterate, because we talked about it. I think the last time we mentioned the whole James Gunn thing was in that episode we reviewed like Black Adam and She-Hulk and all that. But basically the new plan with DC right now for the next like how many so years is he's trying to connect and branch video games, television, and film together under one roof. So everything from those various mediums are going to be connected to each other, which again is great because I liked how in this video that he dropped, he established that DC's been pretty disconnected, probably like forever, since like they started doing television and film. So there hasn't been that cohesion yet. So the fact that he's putting his foot down and having it be that cohesion across all like platforms is great, even though it seems like a lot and very challenging. But I
don't think it necessarily needed to be like everything was connected,
Yeah.
I think they were kind of fine where it is now, where like the TV, like the CW shows were their own thing, and like the video games are their own thing, stuff like that,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, not even Marvel has the video games with it too. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to do everything, which I don't know how well that's gonna go.
Yeah,
that's a lot of shit you got to juggle, and you got to make sure everything's okay and like continuity wise works. So I hope it. I mean, I hope he does well, but like it's kind of crazy to have that much shit have to work in cohesion.
Yeah, for sure. But so along with that, he announced as well that the Batman, which I think is being titled the Batman Part 2, is confirmed it's happening. Matt Reeves is already probably in the finishing up the script by now. And it's going to be dropping, I believe they dropped a release date, but I'm trying to look it up right now, but he said it's
I think it's October 3rd, 2025.
2025. So that is confirmed as an Elseworlds project, as well as the Joker sequel which I think is coming out next year, 2024. So that's going to be as well going to be consider Elseworlds. So yeah, no, I think it's a great idea. So we can at least like get those projects out of the way, and any other projects that are in development in terms of television, games, movies, have the Elseworlds brand and are separate from the main DC Studios plans. So I think that's great.
I hope they have more Elseworlds. Like, it's not just Batman and Joker, and then.
Well, they also said like this is just like their initial thing. This isn't like all of them,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope they're okay with doing more Elseworlds, like adding to, instead of just being like, oh, it's Elseworlds, and by Elseworlds we literally just mean the Batman and maybe Joker if Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix want to do another one.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm excited. So that's gonna be cool. It's a great organization for going just to start off. All right, so if we're all good, I'll just move on to the next topic. So next topic. So what about the 4 DC products that are coming out this year? And I want to basically elaborate like in terms of like I'm gonna go in the order that James Gunn went because it makes sense in terms of the release date. So I believe next month we're getting Shazam: Fear of the Gods, which I like how he said that like Shazam is already in its own little bubble from like ever since the first movie. It has loosely been connected to DC stuff, like, but not really. It's been its own thing. So the fact that he said, like Shazam: Fear of the Gods is happening, which we know, and it's already an Elseworlds story to begin with. So I mean, that's going to be happening. So that's great. And then obviously the next movie after that is the Flash. Andy Muschietti's Flash. Film that I still don't think it's gonna come out. I don't give a fuck. It's not.
You don't think it's gonna come out? Like we're getting a trailer at the Super Bowl.
They're like heels way too deep. They had every chance in the like world to get out of showing this movie, and they've like stuck with it.
Mm-hmm. So
they're all in at this point. If they do it now, then
I mean, it was a joke. I know it's coming out, but but yeah. So basically, it's coming out. We know that, and most importantly, he's said officially that it's going to reset the DC universe to establish his new continuity. So I don't know what your thoughts on that, Seamus and Rebecca.
I saw spoilers from it, so
yeah, of course.
I've heard the leaks, and with leaks, you never know how accurate they are until the movie actually comes out. So it doesn't really matter that much anyway.
It sounds good. Okay, it sounds good. It sounds really good.
Yeah,
like good enough that I'd understand why they want to release it.
Yeah,
but it's still weird that they are releasing it.
The fact that I've been hearing stuff that from rumors from previous screenings that like executives have had saying like it's the best like DC film ever. James Gunn even took it, even though he's a little biased because he is a big DC exec now. But he said it's like one of the best superhero. In an article, he said it was one of the best superhero movies ever. And
that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been hearing from literally everyone who has had the chance to at least see a part of it. So that's why I'm like. I get why they can't not release it because, like,
of course,
if it's that good, then people might be a little more like, Ezra Miller can go kidnap children. Who cares?
Yeah, like that's what I want to bring up. So, say because if this movie's probably gonna, I think it's probably gonna make a bunch of money. Do you think that they will consider bringing Ezra back, or they're just gonna be like, nope, never coming back? Which I think is like never coming back is the right thing to do.
I think.
I mean, all they can do at this point, if they're gonna use Flash as like a stepping stone into the new stuff, is like end with a different Flash. Like there's 2 of them, and they both go into their own like portals or whatever, and we follow the other one.
Exactly.
They just pull up to Grant Gustin's house with another boatload of cash and are like, come on, man.
On in. Yeah. And
this time you're doing movies. You only have to do one every 3 years.
Yeah. And I bet, that in their plans they're gonna have a Flash. So whatever that version is, I don't think it's gonna be Ezra.
James Gunn said that I think it was Zachary Levi, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, and Ezra Miller are like the actors who are currently there. Who have the doors open for them to be those characters in his like new DC universe. So I don't know how true that is for Ezra Miller, but and even outlets when I think Peter Safran, which in a video I heard about it where they asked about Ezra. I think about today, and they basically said like he's made a statement, be like, oh, we're like
we're not going to worry about that. I just want Ezra to focus on his recovery and all that. So I'm reading between the lines saying like, yeah, he's not going to come back.
That's what I'm thinking. I think they're going to bring him out for the media, for like the press, and then after the movie's going to come out, they're just going to be like,
if you paid attention, we didn't get any more Flash announcements.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so that's going to reset. So
I mean, my dream casting would be casting Ezra Miller as Reverse Flash in the new universe.
Have him be Thawne? Yo.
Yes.
That would be
okay, but that would also be really cool if Ezra Miller, if they're Thawne in the new universe, and then they just film unedited footage of Ezra Miller. And they're like, there he is.
Oh man,
he's kidnapping kids. He got a bunch of guns on him. He's choking out women. There's Thawne. That's the Thawne I know.
Have him reel into the villainous role. You know that he's already established for himself.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, all right. So here's what I found very interesting. So after the Flash, that reset, and we'll be getting Aquaman 2, Aquaman the Lost Kingdom. So I'm thinking like, yo, when you already said they're keeping the options for at least Jason Momoa, and we saw like a few 2 weeks ago that he came out from a big meeting and was very excited. So yeah, the Aquaman probably is canon. I would hope it's canon still.
Didn't they say there was didn't they announce Aquaman 3 in this too?
I don't know.
No,
actually.
I don't believe
so. I thought I saw a thing where they said they announced Aquaman 3, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Well, I didn't see anything from what I've looked up, but yeah, no. I'm just happy that my boy Momoa is still gonna be Aquaman. And listen, even though we're all like Lobo.
Can they also bring him in as Lobo too?
Yeah, listen. I think Rebecca can remind me. I think me, you, and Matt were talking about this before, but like it would be great if you could just play both characters at the same time. Like
no one will care.
Like we said, man, let him play every character.
I just want to see Jason Momoa do his best, like Hulk Hogan for like 2 hours versus like Superman for no reason.
I want to hear Jason Momoa call someone a bastich. I think it would be hilarious. But yeah,
imagine just Jason Momoa pulling up, and you're like, "Hey, isn't that Aquaman?" And then he turns to Superman. He's like, "Listen here, brother," and you're like, "What the fuck? Where'd this come from?"
I'm the main man, brother. Like, it'd be hilarious. Like, it'd be so funny. But yeah, I'm happy that he's going to be hopefully canon in this DC universe. I'm excited because I love Jason Momoa's Aquaman. I like it a lot. So I'm excited to see that happening. But all right, so last movie number 4 of this year, our guy, Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, he's dropping his movie, played by Sholem Morduena from Cobra Kai. Shout out to Cobra Kai, great show. So that's gonna be the next movie coming out. Right after Aquaman. So I also am assuming, and I hope, because like, why would James Gunn pass that up? Is that Blue Beetle's canon to the universe, and it makes sense because he's a new character, new property. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what anyone else's thoughts on Blue Beetle.
I think Blue Beetle is going to be the sleeper hit. I think people are going to sleep on that shit, and then it's going to come out, and everyone's going to be talking about how great Blue Beetle is.
I mean, what's it called? I mean, I think that was everyone's casting, especially when Cobra Kai came out, that Sholo should be Jaime Reyes.
They could literally just be like, it's part of the new universe, but
they could.
You're not going to see him for a while, but like you know what I mean? Like I feel like that, and like Suicide Squad, you know what I mean? Like those could just say that those were.
I was under the impression that everything that comes after Flash is canon to the new.
Yeah, that's what I got as well. But like everything after Flash, like because the Flash is the reset, everything after that's when the DC that's when the new slate's gonna start essentially. Even though they said Superman is gonna officially start chapter 1, but I mean, yeah.
That's not. I mean, I'm hoping because I like all the almost the entire cast for that.
But yeah,
get rid of that, it'd be a little heated.
But yeah, Blue Beetle. Canon in the next set of movies, I'm ready for it. I'm fucking ready for it. Like because I love that character so much, and I feel like it makes sense for them to go in that direction with the character to have him be in this new universe. All right. So I mean that's basically it for these movies of this year. Anyone have any other thoughts before we move on to the next topic? Nah,
I don't care. I don't really care about most of these movies. Like I care, but like I'm not like, whoa, what's gonna happen to Zachary Levi?
I mean,
what's gonna happen?
I like Shazam, so I mean, Yeah.
I like Shazam, and then Zachary Levi had that anti-vax tweet like 2 days ago, and then I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Well, more of the story is I like Shazam, even though like I'm looking forward to the Flash, even though, and I'm hoping that the rumors are true that it's amazing. And then Blue Beetle, fuck yeah, Aquaman, fuck yeah, like I'm ready for it. So yeah. All right, so moving on. So now we're gonna be talking about what are now James Gunn's official plans, and especially first off, the fact that the next set of movies, so like how Marvel's doing all these phases and all that to organize their stuff. So this new phase, I guess, quote unquote, is going to be called Chapter 1, and it's going to be titled Gods and Monsters, people. And I thought I found it hilarious is because like I remember Gods and Monsters, like the movie,
animated movie.
Yeah, like almost like
wow.
Yeah, the Bruce Timm project where we had Vampire Batman and the Zod Superman and all that.
James Gunn was like, it's not gonna have anything to do with that. I just like the name. It's just gonna be a cool name.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So like from the impression, when you saw him hear that release that title, what were your immediate thoughts? Or just like got any like things pop in your head or whatever?
I love the animated movie. The animated movie's so good. Even though I don't like Bruce Timm and his like constant need to have Batman have sex with Batgirl. What are you talking over me for? Don't stop touching me. Stop. Jesus Christ.
Declan, calm yourself. Come on now.
I know. Anyway, I don't like Bruce Timm, but I like the name. That's a good name they picked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
My
sure.
mind went in the complete opposite direction when I heard that because I just thought about that time Universal tried to have their own like monster universe.
Ooh, yeah, we don't. Yeah, the dark universe. We don't want to talk about that.
They didn't make half the movies they announced from that universe.
They only made one.
They cast Johnny Depp and then they just didn't use.
They had like a whole cast like photo shoot, and then they got
a photo shoot, and then we're like,
I mean, I don't want to go on a side tangent, but I'm like, that was a pretty cool cast for what they had.
It was weird. It was
weird. But yeah. So at Gods and Monsters, I mean, I thought like I was thinking more of like I don't know, like fantasy horror, dark side stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was thinking like new gods and like fantasy shit.
Yeah, imagine they start with New Gods.
That'd be kind of wow. Yeah, they actually do the freaking Ava DuVernay, Tom King movie.
Yeah, the first one's literally. I mean, Tom King's in the writers' room, so like
he is in the writers' room. We'll talk about that one.
Well, we know why he's in the writers' room based on the movie.
But yeah, all right. So the first film that they decided to announce, which was an animated project, an animated series on HBO Max. I did not see this coming at all because I was like, "You're gonna do
so
this?"
Weird that this is the first one too.
Yeah, we're talking about Creature Commandos, baby. What? What on earth? Like, I didn't know. Like, that's how you know James Gunn is a fan. Like that he's using these characters to start off his universe.
He's using old ass JMD Mateus fucking.
Deep
it's because Weasel's on the team. That's literally the only reason why it's like a thing is because you're following what happened after Weasel survived fucking Suicide Squad.
And I love the fact that like one of the things that James Gunn is doing, he's doing what he always does when he's in his film. He's taking his friends along for the ride. So like the fact that we're seeing a lot of these characters that we saw from like the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, from continue on in this. But yeah, Weasel is one of those characters by Sean Gunn, his brother. But yeah, listen. I'll be real with you. I've never really read Creature Commandos. I just did a lot of research and like watched videos on them. Very interesting team. The one thing that stood out to me when I saw all this announcement, I was like, yo, we're getting fucking Frankenstein in live action.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only comic that I've read of these characters was the Frankenstein Agent of Shade.
Yeah, I remember. I read that too.
Yeah. And they showed up for a couple, and like they pop in for some random ones because they're like the only characters related to Frankenstein. But
yeah, man, I was so shocked and surprised. Like, we're gonna get Frankenstein, but also like from doing my research and watching videos. So the two some characters that stick out to me, obviously Weasel. We said that Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein, which is right next to him, who apparently is gonna be like the leader of the team essentially. On the left-hand side is actually Rick Flag. Probably Rick Flag Senior. I don't know if that's how they're gonna go about it, but last time we saw Rick Flag was in the Suicide Squad by Joel Kinnaman. It'd be funny if they got Joel Kinnaman to play both his dad and his.
That'd be funny if they just gave Joel Kinnaman gray hair and we're like, yeah, it's Rick Flag Senior.
Rick Flag Senior, bro. One thing I was surprised by, because I didn't recognize him at first, but then I realized, oh wait, that's his character. The guy next to Frankenstein is fucking Dr. Phosphorus.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Like, you know,
it's so funny that he's coming out swinging with like Dr. Phosphorus.
Like fucking characters, bro, is gonna be the first thing we're gonna see.
You'd expect Superman or Batman. No, we got Weasel and Dr. Phosphorus.
Bro.
Well, I feel like since this is animated, people are gonna like care less about it, you know.
Well, so what he said is that like the actors that he gets to voice these characters are going to be the actors for these characters for everything, which means that he's like insinuating they're going to show up in the live action stuff too. So that means that he has to have a reason to do this first. Do you think it's going to be like he's doing like a timeline of the DC universe, and this is going to be like one of the first super teams?
I think so. Maybe
like it's going to be like an old school like 30s or like
World War II or like
World War I, World War II type team. You know what I mean?
Think so. I think that's how he might do it actually.
Because all these characters are like somewhat immortal or like some, you know what I mean? Like so they could show up like later.
I'm even thinking like even ahead of that, just like if they make any games, the voice actors from the animated property are probably going to be the voice actors for the video games too. Mm-hmm. Like if they plan on making like a Creature Commandos game, please do.
Yeah, which like adds a whole another layer, because then you're like, all right, so all these games are like announced. So like, is that Wonder Woman game by the Shadow of Mordor developers going to be in part of this? Is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, the possibilities are pretty endless here, but yeah, I like the fact that they're gonna can maintain that consistency. The actors that are going to be voicing these characters are going to cross over to live action, or maybe potentially do video game appearances and all that stuff. Listen, I haven't. You said before you said this thing. You said J.M. DeMatteis created these characters, wrote them. So I'm gonna have to do some research and start reading those books, maybe to get some background. But I don't know.
I read them when I was reading through. I was just reading through a bunch of like classic DC a while ago. After James Gunn's Suicide Squad came out, and I was like, what are some other crazy like unknown like characters like that are just super weird that had runs, and then this was one of them. It was fun. Mm-hmm. It was like a fun little like. I hope they do it. It felt a lot like Uncharted the games, but like with a superhero team. Mm-hmm. So I kind of hope they stick with that kind of like vibe.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll say this before. I think it's probably my last point. I hope I want this to be kind of what the Suicide Squad was, where it had some some good like action, good plot, story, great humor, but also like make it like a period, because I would love to see like actually like a World War II like secret like Black Ops program where they got all these monsters and all these crazy characters to like join force on this like black unit team. We'll make it rated R. Like I want it, or maybe like
throw Hellboy on the team. Fuck it.
Throw Hellboy on the team.
What's he doing other than like that last shitty movie with David Harbour? God bless his soul.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I love David Harbour, but that hurt me a little bit.
That'd be awesome.
Could you not have thrown Hellboy?
I mean, yeah. Get David Harbour to voice do Frankenstein.
I mean, it's not like it's like hard. Like it's not like Hellboy's divorced from the DC universe. You know what I mean? I mean, he is a little bit, but like, if you threw him on a team, I wouldn't bat an eye. You were just hey, Justice League Dark with Hellboy leading it. I don't care. Fuck it.
If we can get a Batman Ninja Turtles movie, we can put Hellboy somewhere in one of these.
I think James Gunn has to. That's what he has to do to pull me in. Is like Batman Brave and the Bold. The sequel to that has to have Ninja Turtles in it, or like Scooby Doo. And then you'll get me on board.
But yeah, Creature Commandos. I don't know if they dropped the release date for it, but most likely it's an animation, so it's probably long in development by now. Who knows? But I'm excited for it. I'm definitely I'm looking forward to checking that out. All right, so the next project that they talked about is going to be Waller, titled Waller. It's the Amanda Waller limited series on HBO Max, starring obviously, of course, the Queen, the Woman King, Viola Davis. I'm excited because I love that was one of my favorite castings in DC. Is Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. So I remember hearing rumors about this like last month that she might be like, it might be like, her like paying for her crimes, or like I think like a court case involving like all the blasphemous stuff she did for Task Force X and for Argus and all that stuff, and that's gonna involve maybe some previous characters from what we saw like in Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad coming back and all that. Yeah,
doesn't it takes place between Peacemaker season 1 and 2?
Oh, does it? Okay, word. Yeah. So yeah,
and it has. I think he said it has some Peacemaker characters that show up in it.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, he did say the Peacemaker cast is going to come back for this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say.
There's not much to this. It's just going to be the Viola Davis show.
Mm-hmm.
She's just going to carry the entire show, and I'm going to watch it because Viola Davis. What do you want me to do?
Yeah,
I can't believe she keeps coming back for these movies. Like, I didn't think she'd be this committed to it.
She must be having so much fun to come back for all these ones and just be like, I just get to play.
And plus, if you looked at Viola Davis's career for the past like 10 years, she just does any project she just feels like she wants to do. Like, stepping from Broadway to film to TV, like How to Get Away with Murder. She'll do almost anything if the project sounds great to her. So I mean, yeah, I'm also surprised she's coming back, but like also kind of not surprised.
I just mean after the first Suicide Squad, she was like, "Yeah, I want more of that,"
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah, Seamus, just so you can elaborate just real quick before we move on. Were there any I feel like what I just said before about like the whole like courtroom thing? I feel like that was an actual arc in the comics, right? I feel like it was.
I think so, yeah. Where they did like a whole. It was like a fun thing where like she would say some crazy shit and everyone would be like, "What?" And then they go do like a flashback to like the crazy shit that happened. And it was like, I think that would be a really fun way to go to not only like establish if this is in the new universe, establish the new universe by like, illustrating crazy shit that's happened, but also like it was funny as hell when they just say some crazy stuff like, the sun went out one time, so I've been having Dr. Light act as the sun for like 10 years and he's stuck up there. And everyone's like, what? And she's like, yeah, all that heat, I just got like Firestorm to like he just put a little like heat thing up there and Dr. Light's sitting next to it. So the sun's been gone for like 10 years.
Dude.
And everyone's like, what do you mean?
I find that to be very that's
so I'm hoping it's like stuff like that where it's just like just crazy bullshit that they just say.
Yeah, gotcha. For sure. All right. So if anyone has any more thoughts, I will just move on. So the next project, again, I'm going in order here from from the James Gunn announcement. All right. So obviously, last podcast you saw us talking about Black Adam, and how excited we were to have Henry Cavill come back. Obviously, that's not going to happen. James Gunn decided to not. And there's a quote from him. He's not fired, but he's just not hired. So
I get it.
Yeah, I get
it. It's like. But it sucks. But listen, they gave Henry Warhammer. He's got Warhammer. That's the thing he's wanted to do. So he's probably gonna be happy as like just fine doing that. So
and that's what they said about The Witcher, and we saw how
I know, but like he's executive producing all the Warhammer stuff at Amazon. So like he actually can like tell people to knock it the fuck off instead of like just trying to like I hated The Witcher season 2. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I feel so bad for him.
It wasn't the best. But here's the thing, right? James Gunn wants to start fresh, and wants to obviously he's gonna tackle Superman. And I'm also gonna be using the artwork too. I think the artwork he chose for these amounts of these movies is also just as important. So the movie that we're gonna be talking about, Superman Legacy. And I'm looking forward to it just because he decided the image used was an image of All-Star Superman.
He seems to be using a lot of Grant Morrison stuff with all of the characters, which is funny.
Yeah,
which means that there is a shot that we will get an Animal Man solo film.
I remember
manifesting it.
Listen, we got Doom Patrol, okay? That's another Grant Morrison barn burner, and now we can just get Animal Man. Please give me Animal Man.
But yeah, Superman Legacy, dude. I mean, he didn't really say much. I mean, but he did say this is gonna officially kind of start like the chapter 1, for DC. I mean, which is great because Superman is the flagship character. He's the first superhero.
That's what they should have started with.
Yeah, so it doesn't feel right if they didn't start it with Superman, but I mean they are. So with chapter 1. But yeah, listen, if they do, if I'm not gonna say they're gonna be adapting also Superman, because why? Because like he's dying.
That would make no sense. Yeah.
He's dying.
I'm wondering, and I just had this thought now. Maybe, especially with like Damien coming later, if they're gonna try and like focus on like Jonathan.
That's what I was thinking.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because then
you'd have a legacy,
Yeah, it's called Superman Legacy. He keeps talking about All-Star Superman.
So if you have legacy in the title, I'm assuming there's some sort of like history with Superman there.
Yeah, but the problem that I have with that is that James Gunn keeps saying that this is like early on in Superman's career.
Yeah.
So like
if it's Jonathan Superman.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking. Is like he didn't say which Superman, he just said Superman. So like it'd be really funny if like it's Jonathan the whole time and you're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, no, I made sense. But I feel like he decided to like he's using All-Star Superman as more as like a visualization, as a like an idea of like what he envisions this type of Superman to look like. And this is one of the most this is one of my favorite Superman covers of all time. Like it's just this because it just embodies, the beacon of hope and the joy that Superman is as a character. Yeah, but man, listen, I'm looking forward to it. I hope they're probably going to maybe reveal like casting of Superman probably for San Diego Comic-Con. That makes more sense.
I don't know how I feel about James Gunn writing and directing though. Like,
he said writing. I don't know if he's saying he's directing though. But
they said that they're hoping to get him to direct it.
Yeah,
a little. I love James Gunn. I've said this on multiple podcasts before, but I don't know how well he would do directing and writing a Superman movie. Because that doesn't seem like his type of vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
if you told me he was writing and directing Creature Commandos movie, I'd be like, holy shit, that's going to be incredible. But
I think if he doesn't write it as a comedy, it might be more in line with what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But that might be a problem because all of James Gunn's movies are comedies and they're really good. So I don't want to pigeonhole him into just comedy, but
I do feel like James Gunn, I feel like he understands Superman and like he knows what to he knows his limits in terms of like what he should do and what he shouldn't do. So just to make not just to make him tell a great story, but make sure that it's respectful to like the character and the fans. So I can see what you're saying, but like I think I'm just like what, like
that's what I'm saying. I'm a little trepidatious, but like he could do a good job. I'm just like not sure if that's
Yeah, I got you.
It's when you say it, it's weird to me.
But I remember I did like the fact that you said that you would love if what's his name, Barry Jenkins, who did Moonlight, directed it. I think that's a very good choice.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I don't think so either.
Did you get that to do the Ta-Nehisi Coates Black Superman? That's still happening. They talked about that.
Oh, did they actually?
Yeah, that's part of the Elseworlds.
I don't want token Superman, bro. I'm good. I really.
What if they rebooted Steel? Would that be better or worse?
If honestly though, no. If they did a Steel movie and did it right, I would be happy because I'm more of a Steel fan than Superman.
You wouldn't be happy. You'd only be happy if they were like, hey, DC's canceled. We're just doing Static and
just do Milestone.
We're doing Milestone, guys. Everything got canceled.
That's the real DC universe right there. It's just fucking
Mikey's like, oh yeah, cancel Superman, fuck Batman.
Oh,
we need to get the Blood Syndicate in here.
Dude,
sell
honestly,
some fucking movies.
Well, granted, I do know that I don't know if they said anything about the Milestone like animated movie, but like I hope that's still happening and that would also be considered.
I don't see why he would touch that because that's like something people like and it's already in development.
Even though it's already. They said it's like all connected. I imagine they're still going to do the 1 or 2 movies a year that they pump out. There'll
be trailers every once in a while that he's like, that was being made before, and I'm not going to fuck with that because why? But it was a weird thing that I saw Peter Safran, and I don't know if James Gunn also agreed with it, but Peter Safran saying that it was a courageous and brave decision to cancel Batgirl because it was unreleasable.
Yeah.
I was like,
I just heard Sal and Benny talk about that just now.
Yeah, and I was like, what do you mean by that? Because they are the executives, but I highly doubt that it was unreleasable. Like, you know what I mean? You're telling me it's like Green Lantern 2009 levels? I doubt that. I highly doubt that was the case.
I don't know, but yeah, no, we'll see.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're just like trying to hammer home, like, to get people to shut up about it. You know what I mean? Like, be like, oh, it was unreleasable, guys. That's why they couldn't release it. Not just because, oh, we wanted more money and this wouldn't have made money. You know what I mean?
No, it makes sense.
Because you have Brendan Fraser as like one of the main villains who is nominated for Best Actor right now, and you're going to tell me that it's unreleasable with him and Michael Keaton in the same movie?
Yeah.
I think you're lying to me.
It doesn't make any sense, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see, bro.
They gotta leak that.
All the movies they released over the years, and that's the like line for them. I don't buy it.
I refuse to accept that no one who was on production for that film and for the editing team did not save a copy of that film and just not tell me.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're just waiting until there's some distance and that WB doesn't go full scorched earth on them to like silently be like, oh.
Yeah. But just a closing thought. I think Peter Safran said there was a quote for the Superman movie that I forgot what he said. He was like, Superman is a man full of like hope and joy. Where like I forgot, it was a really good quote and I can't remember it, but I was like, no, but that's when I heard him say that quote, I was like, no, I feel like they got this. I feel like they got this. I know what they're doing. It was like Superman is like the embodiment of joy in a world where like joy is like an afterthought or like hope is an afterthought, something like that. I was like, you know what? No, I think they got this. I think they got it. All right, yeah. So moving on. So the next project. Okay, now this one I was like, okay. Because
yes, sir.
We're
cooking now.
We're about to cook here. We're not at the one I'm like most hyped for, but like we're getting
no. But this is like an insane pick. This is like
it is. Yeah. So crazy. Obviously there's been talks. You know, I think also the last podcast, the Black Adam She-Hulk review, or whatever, we mentioned about this Green Lantern thing happening. And that you know that they decided to like rework it a bit and have it involve John Stewart and Hal Jordan.
But didn't we say last time that they scrapped everything they had?
Yeah, they just threw it. They just threw it in the
literally were like, "Hey, we're restarting," and I'm like, "Big props to you guys for just telling us you are restarting," because I feel like most shows would be like, "No, we're gonna keep going with what we got," instead of being like, "Oh, it's not working."
So yeah, they basically revealed so that project is underway, titled Lanterns. This is going to be a series on HBO Max, and the fact that he said, and this is what shocked me, I was like, it's going to be basically like intergalactic, like True Detective. And True Detective is a dark and gritty like television show. Whoever hasn't watched True Detective on HBO, great show, great series. That's what got me. I was like, oh shit. But this is what even got me even better. The fact that he specifically used the artwork from Green Lantern Earth 1.
I feel like people don't talk about this enough as a great Green Lantern story.
No one does.
Crazy. Because I read that shit and I'm like, not only does this feel like a pitch for a movie, which I kind of already like, that's all Earth 1 is really. But like this is like a good pitch for a Green Lantern movie that I would really enjoy if they did.
Like, here's the thing, right? I'm not really a big Green Lantern fan. I mean, I like John Stewart. I like Kyle Rayner. I even like I watched Comic Pop talk about Green Lantern Earth 1 a few years ago, and then I read it afterwards on my own. That's like the best Green Lantern story I've read. Like, it's incredible. Very grounded take on the
that's
Green
the one thing I hope they change. If you're gonna like make it have him wear the suit, please. I like this like grounded suit where it's his space suit, but like with the Green Lantern energy in it. But like that'll work for the first fight. And then after that, like, give him the suit.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, in terms of like, I don't think they're gonna do it adapted entirely. No, they're just gonna. Yeah. I feel like just like visually, they want to go with that like that kind of like gritty-ish type of look, especially if they're doing True Detective. You kidding me? Like that type of genre.
He said that it's like a mystery series where they're hunting or they're trying to figure out something that's going on. So like, do you think it's either, is it going to be Parallax or is it going to be like Black Hand, Blackest Night? Like, which one is it going to be?
If they do Blackest Night as like their first Green Lantern thing, hard, ballsy move. Know what I mean? Granted, I don't know how you can do Blackest. I mean, you could do Blackest Night, but like I feel like Blackest Night isn't just only like a Green Lantern.
Like, you do like not Blackest Night yet, but like you do Black Hand, and Necron, and then like you just have a movie where they fight zombies on a different planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Green Lantern's like, oh, I hope he never gets to Earth. And then like later you do like Blackest Night where Green Lantern's like, fuck, he got to Earth.
Fuck, he got to Earth.
Like shit. All right, I miscalculated.
Nah, dude. I mean, no, it could honestly go either way. To be honest with you, it could go.
That's
either
what
way.
I feel like both would be. I feel like I would lean more towards Black Hand and Necron because you haven't seen that yet, and you had tried to do Parallax, and it didn't really work that one time.
No, I think it could work. It could definitely work, and the fact that I mean, I would hope, right? I would hope that we get to see other like entities, like Blue Lanterns would be sick, the Red Lanterns would be sick.
It'd be cool if they clashed a little bit with them, like not like fighting other Lantern Corps, but like they're a little standoffish toward the other ones. Where like the Green Lanterns are like, hey, this is our sector, I think, and then the Blue Lanterns are like, we go wherever we want, where hope lies, and Green Lantern's like, fuck off, dude.
Like
Hal Jordan's just like, fuck off, and Jon Stewart's like, hey, he's not like bothering us. Why would we tell him fuck off?
Even better if God forbid, I would like inshallah, but like listen, if they do fucking Larfleeze, I would cry.
He's gotta show up in one of these fucking things because like everyone loves Larfleeze.
Dude,
and,
I love Larfleeze so much. If they did
Larfleeze, he just shows up.
Hey guys, I gotta dip real quick, so keep talking.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If he just shows up like mine, I'm gonna lose my shit.
He shows up and he's just trying to pickpocket Hal Jordan for his ring, and Hal Jordan's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "I need it. I need the rings." And then Jon Stewart just like punches him, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is this thing?" And he's like, "Oh, it's the only orange lantern ring. He's pure green."
I can't, dude. I would literally cry, dude. I love Larfleeze so much. But yeah, here's that pic of Jon Stewart from the Earthly Universe. Yeah, I forgot he was a yellow lantern. Which I mean,
they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna
do it, but like it would be a kind of a cool little twist.
I hope they don't have. I hope Sinestro's still a Green Lantern in this universe starting out.
I hope so too.
So that way you do like the turn instead of like the half-assed one that they did in the movie. Where like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, Lance. I mean, I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he said we're gonna see other lanterns. I don't think he said like anything. Like he said some lanterns sprinkled.
I think he meant like other Green Lanterns, like ones that you know. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. I mean,
I think by that he meant like just Kilowog.
Kilowog.
I think he straight up was just like, you'll see other lanterns, and by that I mean like probably Kilowog. Maybe like a Guy Gardner shout out, but that's about the limit that they're probably going to have because you don't want to oversaturate it in the first movie.
Yeah, probably. No, I get it.
Kyle Rayner shout out.
Dude, I would love that. Yeah, I would love that as well because I love Kyle Rayner. But yeah, man. Yeah, but overall, Lanterns. You're excited for it, Seamus?
I am. I'm gonna watch this. This already has me way more excited than like when they announced it, however the fuck long ago, back in the day. Because they were kind of like, oh, maybe it's Hal Jordan, maybe it's Jon Stewart. And I was always like, well, why can't you do both? Because like they're two different characters and it'd be really interesting. And the fact that James Gunn was like, he saw that and was like, yes, True Detective with Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. That's gonna be sick as fuck.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
I would hope there'd be a Flash cameo too.
That'd be nice too.
Just a little like because they're mostly, he said they're mostly gonna be working on Earth or in the Earth sector. Like it'd be cool if Flash showed up and was like, "Oh, I'm a cop too. Do you need help?" You know what I mean?
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, no, I get it. But all right, so I think we'll just move on from that. I wish Rebecca was here so we can nerd out while she was here. But
disappointed in us at how much we know about this shit.
Yeah, honestly. But just to move on. So this is now we're getting to the part where the one project I did not think I saw coming. I
thought I would die before this came out.
Exactly. I thought it would be in the fucking ground, bro. Honestly, it was
or at least the superhero movie genre would be in the ground before we ever got the shit.
But the fact that our Lord and Savior, Daddy James Gunn, said, that we're gonna get the fucking Authority.
It's so fucking stupid.
I was done.
It's so funny.
I was fucking my jaw dropped, dude. I literally
Right?
was like,
I saw that and I thought it was from like one of those joke movie accounts that announce movie news on Twitter. And I was like, oh, that's funny. And then I clicked on it and I was like, no, this is real. Wait, wait a minute.
like I literally was just like, I was at my internship and I was just like, literally for the past like hour and a half, I was like, we're gonna fucking get Midnighter, bro. We're gonna get fucking Midnighter in a pod.
We're gonna get gay Batman and Superman, and we're gonna get a bunch of those right-wing like comic nerds who are like, they made Batman and Superman gay.
Yo, the conservatives gonna be so
the
pissed.
quartering is gonna come out in full force against Midnighter.
I can't wait, dude. Oh god, I can't wait to see it on Fox News. I can't.
It's gonna
wait.
be hilarious.
All right, but so background people. So the Authority is basically a superhero team that is a part of the Wildstorm universe. So created by Jim Lee. There she is. There's our girl. Yeah. So created by Jim Lee.
Wasn't created by, or at least this team.
Well, I mean, it's Wildstorm, so I don't remember exactly who created the team itself.
It was Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch.
Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch. Yeah. Okay.
Warren Ellis though, but Brian Hitch. I love his art.
Oh, I love his art back then, not now.
That's very true.
Yeah,
but
he's been fucking up hairlines too much lately.
Hey, you know what? I'll give him the pass. He's done good work in the past.
Yeah,
I'll let if he wants to do shit art now.
But yeah. So this team basically is essentially kind of like the League if they didn't take no shit and were in like they weren't good teams. They're basically what James Gunn said. They're a superhero team that essentially they want to change the world for the better, but in order to do it, they'll take any action necessary in order to achieve that goal.
It's like in between Justice League and the Seven from the Boys. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
It's
like not quite them, but like also not quite the Justice League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I can't wait because I started reading Authority for the past few years, mostly Midnighter, but this team is hard, man. It's one of the hardest teams I've in comics, I think. And the fact that we're gonna the fact that James Gunn's like we're gonna include this because again it's ever since Jim Lee integrated Wildstorm into DC, it's been canon to the comics in the same universe. So the fact that they're gonna go with this to start off as like another like crazy ass team outside of the Creature Commandos is like it's ridiculous. Like Rebecca, we said this right when you dipped off for a second. We thought we'd be dead before we saw this team in my life. Like I'm not kidding. Like we thought this would never happen.
Never happened.
All
right.
I wouldn't even wait a run for this team to get an adaptation.
Oh my God.
What do you think's the over under on Grifter being in this movie?
I would. Yo, it would be hilarious if they did fucking Wildcats like 10 years ago.
If Grifter shows up in this movie, he will have successfully conned his way into the top of DC's pantheon for no reason other than people liking the way he looks. Because he showed up in what was it, Final Crisis, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And then he showed up and he was in the New 52 for no reason.
Is that the guy who looks like Red Hood that isn't Red Hood?
Yes, he's got the red cloth over his face, and you're like, who the fuck is that? And it's just. Oh my God! If Grifter shows up in this movie, I'm walking out of the theater.
I'd be like, would you be mad at it? Would you actually?
Because it's so funny the way Grifter is like a guy people have seen before, and even Jim Lee's I mean, I like Grifter, but
oh, dude. Nah, but yeah, the fact that James Gunn is paying attention, he's integrating the Wildstorm stuff into the new universe. And thing is, here's the thing, right? He said this is gonna be coming out right after, in terms of movie wise, after Superman. So I think my theory is that maybe this is gonna be the proto team for Superman, and be okay, this is what not to do. So then this is probably gonna be this might have him take
Are they gonna do this as this is the Justice Society for this new universe?
It's the prototype league, and obviously the Authority is more hardcore, more strict. They don't take no shit. So this would basically be the lesson that Superman learned. Be okay, this is what not to do. And then create the league. I don't know what your thoughts on that, Seamus or Rebecca.
I think that could be a good way to do it. To have it'd be cool if Superman was in this movie, joins the team, it sees what they do, and is immediately hey, this isn't the way we should be going about this. And then the team's well, this is the only way to change the world. And then Superman has the idea of being I think there's a better way. And then he creates the Justice League.
Nah, for sure. No, that I think honestly,
he sees Midnighter with his bat just like bashing some dude's head in, and he's like, "Wait, that dude just stole some money. He didn't like. What the hell are you doing?" And then Midnighter's like, "We have to stop crime at any means possible." And then Superman's like, "You could have just arrested him, dude."
Yeah, honestly.
I
And
can't wait for this movie to come out and everyone to be like, they made Batman gay.
yeah,
I said that, Rebecca. I literally said that where I was like, I can't wait for the quartering to pull up.
Mine.
Batman and Superman are gay.
So let's move into that right now, just real quick. Yeah, so people that know Midnighter and Apollo, they're basically Superman and Batman, like Wild's own version of them. They're awesome characters. I love Midnighter so much. Yeah. So basically, Superman and Batman are the Wild Superman universe, but they're also like twist. They're also like gay lovers, and it's so good. like here's the thing, right?
That's the thing. Their relationship is so good. It's so entertaining. I love it.
Fucking badasses. Like for people who haven't read like anything from like like the 2000 stuff with Midnighter or whatever, but like if you haven't read Steve Orlando's Midnighter from DCU, like that era. Read it. It is phenomenal. And then like just Apollo's a great character, and Apollo I think is going to be one of those characters that he can like he's as strong as he can attest Superman a little bit. He can step up in terms of like fighting the Man of Steel, So he could essentially be like also that kind of like villainish type of character for Superman in a way. In terms of like ideology. But dude, yeah, no, we're gonna see our gay boys, man. We're gonna see our boys in live action. I can't fucking wait, dude. I can't wait. But yeah, nah. So yeah, overall, the Authority, hell, it's a fuck yeah for me, dude. I'm fucking ready for this shit. I want this to come out now, James Gunn, give it to me. Yeah. Sorry. Any other thoughts from move on, Rebecca? You have anything else to say? Anything to say at all? No.
No, these are like the only characters.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, God, I gotta buy that Midnighter collection now. Shit, I gotta buy that collection. All right. So next project that we're gonna be talking about is actually I thought this was pretty interesting. The fact that this was a product that was going to be announced. Cause I thought they'd just go straight into just doing Wonder Woman straight off rip. But no, they're going to be doing a kind of like a prequel series on HBO Max called Paradise Lost, which is going to be basically a prequel and just establishing a world of Paradise Island, aka Themyscira. And he described it kind of like Game of Thrones, Westeros type deal. So yeah, what are your all's initial thoughts on that?
I hope it's good. I don't know.
I really have too many thoughts. I like Wonder Woman, but I don't necessarily care about her lore.
Yeah, because it is really just like Greek gods, and you're like, oh, I know that, and that's about the limit.
Yeah, I also wasn't a Game of Thrones person, so that doesn't like make me like more excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean. I'm not really much of a Game of Thrones person either, but I mean, listen, I think you can do some pretty cool storytelling with the Amazon just to set them up first before seeing Wonder Woman, because maybe who knows, Wonder Woman might be either later in chapter 1 or probably might even be in chapter 2, but most likely later in chapter 1. But yeah, I think it's cool to just set up that world and make us care about the Themyscira and like and those characters, and then leading into Wonder Woman towards the end, like of if it's a limited series, hopefully that probably is the case. And setting her up, going forward. But yeah, no, I mean, it sucks because I do like the Amazons in like the Snyderverse, like Connie Nielsen as Apollo, I think is a great character, and Robin Wright as an IP was also a great character as well. But I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I also hope it's good. I mean, listen. We've been getting like stuff with like Black Panther Wakanda Forever with like how the Dora Milaje were treated in that, the Woman King. So like seeing another like a whole show that's focusing on a badass group of women, I think is a good move. It's a good step in the right direction. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. But question though, is anyone like I don't even know like I don't even know if like who I want to picture as Wonder Woman yet. Like I know Gal Gadot probably not coming back or is probably done, but. I don't know if anyone.
I have no idea.
No one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ana de Armas, fuck it.
Ana de Armas.
Yeah.
Ana de Armas. I mean.
Yeah, Linda Carter as Hippolyta. Fuck it.
I mean, fuck it. Yeah, I mean, who?
That's all I got right now.
Yeah. But yeah, so Paradise Lost. I'm looking. We'll be checking it out. Maybe. Who knows? But all right. So moving on.
We got a comment by the way before we move on.
that thing blew me away. The most is that they're making The Authority a film that has me so, dude. I can't listen, man. That was the highlight for me was The Authority, bro. I can't wait. Oh God, I gotta start reading those comics again. Shit. Oh God, so good. But yeah, all right. So the next project here is because obviously we got Superman. I mean, and obviously Matt Reeves has his version of the Batman and the Elseworlds stuff with the Batman Part 2. Yeah, man, it's just we're gonna get our new this. I like that they're introducing Batman this way by calling it The Brave and the Bold, and it's going to be a Batman movie with his Robin. And I was a little hurt because I was like, I wish they got my boy to be his Robin, but no, I decided to go with Damian Wayne this time. Damian Wayne.
Okay, no, I'm okay with this because I think that they're probably just gonna throw in Nightwing, Red Hood, and Red Robin in there and be like,
no, that's it. Right, that was the best.
I feel like at the very least they're gonna throw in Nightwing.
Yeah.
So
that way you don't have to sit through 3 different Robins, which for comic fans you'd love, but like for movie fans, sitting through 3 different Robins, they'd be like, oh no, he's lost 3 kids. Why the hell is he getting another one? You know what I mean? So like, I think to start with Damian and be like, he's
Robin. No,
James Gunn said the Bat family.
Yeah. Like that was the one thing that like I was like, Damian, but then I was like, wait a minute, no. That means that the Bat family is already established, and we probably will. No, listen, you say only Nightwing at most. No, it's James. He's gonna do all of them. So like, it's
that's what I'm saying. He's gonna
at least.
Red Hood's gonna show up. Red Robin's gonna show up.
Listen,
we're gonna get
that was
Spoiler, Cassandra Cain.
I want my girls there, or I'm gonna riot.
The thing is, right? This is what got me. I was like, are we gonna see my boy like actually as Red Robin? Like that would be. I hope so. Like
we're gonna get fucking Duke Thomas. Get
one person I do think, especially because they went with like I pull this image like from the Batman and Robin, the Grant Morrison run, which actually like I love that run a lot because I love that version of with Dick as Batman and Damian as Robin. But I would be cool if maybe Huntress would be one of the Bat family members.
Yeah.
That'd be sick because I love that.
Do the arc where Damian has to fight his clone.
I hope not.
That'd suck ass.
Yeah.
That would suck ass. I'd hate that.
And wasn't that New 52? That wasn't pre-New 52. Yeah, it was New 52.
I thought that was part of Morrison's run.
It was, but I think I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, I remember not liking
that. Was like a weird comic for like New 52.
But yeah, maybe Huntress would show up. I love if Huntress would be great. Azrael. Azrael. Oh god, dude! If they did Azrael, bro, with his 4-finger, his 3-finger glove or whatever,
yeah, where he's doing like
the fire blades, gauntlets, dude.
I don't think they're going that deep with the Bat fan.
No, they would. They would.
We're bringing in both Azraels, so we get the cool fire blades, and then we also get the guy with the hockey pads and the sword.
But basically, I think, and it sets it apart from like what we've seen from Batman so far. We've never really seen a Batman either on his own or with like maybe a sidekick. We haven't really seen a Batman with an established Bat family yet. So I love the fact that
I want to say also it made me vomit when he said we're basing it off Grant Morrison and Tom King's run, and I was like, oh, why would you say that, James? Everyone hates that run.
Did he actually say that? Oh,
yes, he said that, and I'm like,
I don't remember him mentioning Tom King for that.
I heard Tom King in the
Girl.
Thing. That's what they said.
Neither did I, bro.
Yeah, because you guys only watched the video. There was also
I know I didn't get a chance to read the articles.
That's what I'm saying. They said it in the articles where people.
How would I read an article when I could just watch the video you put out?
Who reads anymore? 5-Hit.
Oh my god! But yeah, I like the fact that that's gonna set him apart from having already the Bat family established already. That makes sense. Also maybe because again they're open to getting back Leslie Grace if maybe I'd like to see Leslie Grace come back for Batgirl as this if they want to just bring her in for that.
If you're not gonna fucking use her for her own movie, at least give her a paycheck for the fucking Batman movie.
Just green screen her clips in from that movie.
Honestly, yeah. Just put it in post.
I was like, listen, this is how I'll know if they really are. If they're being truthful about the movie being unreleasable, then they'll use the actors at least in other stuff. But like, they don't use the actors in other stuff, then I'm going to be like, you just didn't want that movie to come out and do good. I don't think.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
I hope Red Hood is just as edgy as he should
You
be.
gotta make him edgy. That's his whole appeal.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta make him edgy and bitchy at everyone.
And I hope that Dick Grayson is just snarky, chatty. Doing
I hope they just cast someone who they would cast as Spider-Man as Dick Grayson.
Honestly, yeah. I mean,
don't say that, or Tom Holland's gonna be.
Hey, he can't do that. He legally cannot do that. He's already he's being held hostage by Sony. I don't think he can do much other stuff than that.
I'm curious though, who would they cast as Batman? Because they said they wanted a younger Batman, but how is that gonna work?
Younger Batman, but he already has a son and 3 Robins.
Yeah, he already has a son and 4 fucking Robins.
Yeah, and how do you go younger than Robert Pattinson?
That's what I'm saying.
Making it weird.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who would work to be the Batman. Listen, honestly, because I was watching John Campea talk about castings for the new Batman. He mentioned Scott Adkins at one point.
Scott Adkins would be a funky pick, I think.
He'd be a funky pick, but those fight scenes are gonna be the truth because he'd be doing them.
That's true.
I think he mentioned his number 1 pick was Jake Gyllenhaal as Batman. I think Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he said it was his number 1.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal would be funky as fuck.
He'll be funky as fuck.
Batman.
Does anyone have any preferred?
Ryan Gosling is Batman. Fuck it.
Oh my god.
That way I can get another literally me character.
Does anyone have any castings or in mind for their favorite Bat family member or no? I'm curious. I know I want for Tim Drake. I've said this. I wanted him for years. What do you want for
Tim Drake?
I want fucking Ryan Potter to be Tim Drake.
That's a good one.
I think he'd be great.
Jacob Elordi as Red Hood.
Oh Lord!
Because the Titans Red Hood had that fucking forehead.
Oh,
I think that the DCU Red Hood should have that fucking jaw.
Oh man. Wait, hold on. I've got a comment here. So the new Batman will be older than Pattinson, but much younger than Affleck. That makes sense.
I'd hope so. Because they said young, which made me think around Pattinson's age.
Because I remember talking to someone about who I would cast the whole Bat family. I'm trying to pull it up because we're in a Snapchat thing, so I had to find it. But you know what I said I wanted for Red Hood? I think he'd do a great job. Fucking John Boyega as Red Hood.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah, John Boyega would be sick.
But Jacob Elordi's funny.
And he's tall too. He'd be a fucking huge Red Hood, dude.
That's what I'm saying. You'd actually get this crazy looking motherfucker.
Oh man, I think. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, I think he would be a really good Red Hood. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but what's up?
Reggae Jean Page is Batman.
Reggae Jean Page. Honestly,
you can see it. You can see it.
I can see it, but also I'd love to get Fox News mad. So the fact that
it'd be funny.
Yeah,
it'd be funny. They're like, "Oh, Black Man playing Batman," and you're like, "Okay, but he's acting like Batman. I don't see the problem."
Exactly.
What is it I always found it funny when they're like, "Batman has to be it's not comic accurate," and you're like, "Wait, the comic accurateness comes from his portrayal of the persona, not
okay."
If
you know what I mean? Go that route, then can we get Winston Duke as Batman?
He already is in the fucking Spotify.
That's what I'm saying. He was so good at that.
Right. He should be Batman in the. Oh my god, he would be insanely craziest looking Batman.
All right, I found my casting because I remember I found it. So you ever watch Snowpiercer? The movie for Snowpiercer. So the guy that plays that silent character who's agile as shit and Merkin Fools, I want him to be Nightwing. his name is because he was in Skins. His name is Luke Pasqualino. I want him as Nightwing. I wanted Ryan Porter as Tim Drake. I wanted Logan Browning from who was in Powers and stuff. I want her to be Barbara Gordon. John Boyega as Red Hood.
Cool.
Mackenzie Davis is Kate Kane, so it's Batwoman.
Oh, that's not a bad pick.
Fucking Tyrell Jackson Williams, so Tyler James Williams' brother as fucking Duke Thomas. And I said for Cassandra Cain, that was a hard pick. I said Lana Condor, but I think she's cast as everything at this point. So Sterling
K. Brown is Batman.
Back the girl from Birds of Prey and just gave her a better role, you know?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, what were you saying, Seamus? Is Sterling K. Brown as well?
Sterling K. Brown as Batman. I can see that.
Okay, that'd be sick.
That'd be a crazy ass pick.
And then what's in Natalie Allen Lind, because she was in Gotham. She was Silver St. Cloud in Gotham. She's gonna be Stephanie Brown, and then fucking my wifey Lindsay Morgan, who was in The 100, played Raven in The 100. She's gonna be Huntress.
Wifey.
So yeah.
You have Luke Fox in there too?
I don't actually. I don't think I'm not sure about to say Sterling K. Brown as Luke Fox, and I was like, I don't know how that
would be hilarious. No, as Batman or as Lucius Fox.
Yeah, I mean, I
saw someone say Denzel as Lucius Fox, so it was like, what?
A comment. It said Winston Duke should be the Batman in the J.J. Abrams universe with Val Zod Superman.
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
That would definitely redeem J.J. Abrams Superman for me. If
they should cast Obama as Val Zod.
No, freaking because not Val Zod. Like he'd be Calvin Ellis, because Calvin Ellis is based off of him.
Oh my god, yeah. Calvin Ellis, Obama's Calvin Ellis.
Yeah, but overall, I'm looking forward to this. I definitely believe that they would probably announce the casting for Batman as well for San Diego Comic-Con, either next year or either this year or next year. So
I was gonna say they probably have some shit cooking this year. If they're announcing these movies, then they probably have the casting at least close to done within the.
Well, I don't know about that because they said they're still writing Superman, and we got a year for that one.
You can still cast people even though you're still writing the story.
Yeah, you can still cast people.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but I feel like you usually want a script before you.
But if James Gunn is writing it, I think he knows where it's gonna go, and he knows the person he has in mind before writing it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I think we're all looking forward to it. Hopefully,
it's a good start. It's a good pick for a start. It's just being like they're just here. They're just all here. We don't need to do like the deepest origin because I don't mind.
The more you try to justify it, the worse it's going to be.
That's what I'm saying. The more that you try to explain the shit, the more shit people have to think about and like be like, oh, this person's origin and that person's origin. Whereas if you just say, here they are, fuck it, like. You know what I mean? Then people would just accept that and be like, okay, yeah, Nightwing's here. I don't care. I love Nightwing.
Yeah. So moral of the story is, hopefully, Rebecca, you'll get your girl actually portrayed in live action. Hopefully, I hope. I want that for you so bad, and also my boy, to be accurate in live action. We'll see. But yeah. So just to move on from there. Next movie again. I because there've been rumors about this movie for fucking years. Okay. We knew I hope that it was going to come out or it was going to be announced, and the fact that James Gunn confirmed it is actually happening. Fucking Booster Gold, bro. Come on now.
This is where Blue Beetle has to show up next.
Dude, yeah, that's why I think that that Blue Beetle is canon, because I hope that maybe Ted Kord is going to be in that film. So
he should be, or at least they should talk about him, because
wasn't he part of like Jaime's like origin story?
He was,
yeah.
Because he got the scarab from Dan Garrett, who was the previous Blue Beetle before him, and he couldn't use the scarab didn't choose him, so that's why he was more of kind of like a Batman using tech and all that stuff to fight crime. But then I think an explosion happens when he was testing the scarab. It landed outside near Jaime, and then it lashed on to Jaime, and that's how Jaime got it. So so Ted Kord's a part of the character. But besides that, Booster Gold, baby, the man, I think what's his tagline? The hero that no one the hero that everyone forgets about is that's his tagline, something like that. Because this man has saved the world on countless occasions, and he gets no recognition for it. That's Booster Gold right there.
Because he also no one wants to give him recognition because he's kind of a dick. So that's why I love him.
Yeah, he's the hero that no one wanted, and I love that. But yeah, the fact
I was gonna say hero nobody knows is
the hero nobody knows.
That's One Punch Man.
No, I thought hero nobody knows is fucking. I think that's also the name of Booster Gold too.
That's the name of the fucking One Punch Man game.
Oh really? Yeah. I feel the hero that nobody knows. Yeah, that's Booster Gold's tagline. Yep, it is. But yeah, so for people that don't know, Booster Gold, and James Gunn pretty much elaborated in the thing, but he is a man from the future in a world where everyone being a superhero is pretty accessible due to advancements of science and technology, and he basically feels insignificant and he's a fucking loser. So to make himself feel better, he steals a high-tech suit, travels back in time to the present, and becomes a superhero so that he can not feel worthless. And yeah, I love the fact that he literally described it as a superhero film that focuses on imposter syndrome. That's great. Like the fact that, like, you know, that's his mindset for the Booster Gold. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this, Rebecca and Seamus? Any thoughts on what to expect?
I think the only thing I'm worried about is that the casting has to be spot on, or else it's going to be not good.
Exactly.
So that's the thing I'm learning, because I feel like it's easy to kind of write a Booster Gold show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is kind of perfect for James Gunn. Like, I'm not surprised by this pick.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It's also something that people have been saying, like, people have been clamoring for like a while. So, like, makes sense to just do it instead of like putting it off.
I believe this is going to be. I'm not sure if it's a movie or a television series. I don't. Are you, James? If you could,
it's a TV. I think it's an HBO Max show.
That's even better, dude.
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have fucking 8 episodes of Booster Gold shenanigans. You kidding?
Yep.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nah. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know who I'd cast. Like, I remember, like, I think John Campea said fucking just cast like Chris Pratt or some shit, because Chris Pratt, it literally acts like Booster Gold and like Guardians anyway. So
Chris Pratt, I can see old ass Nathan Fillion. Get my man.
Oh, man.
I feel like I haven't seen Nathan Fillion in a while. I'd be okay with him.
That's what I'm saying. Nathan Fillion always gets fan casted. He's been fan casted as like every superhero, and he's never gotten it. So I'm like, it'd be funny if he got the one superhero that no one really likes.
People kept casting him as Wonder Man, and he only got it in that fucking MODOK show.
Yeah. And you're just like, oh, he's fan casted and everything, and he never actually gets cast. Unless it's like the Rookie.
The Rookie, yeah. True. But listen, Booster Gold, I'm excited for it. I'm trying to see if did they cast a Ted Cord for the Blue Beetle movie? Because if so, like, yeah, I would love. I'm looking at it right now just to check, but
Well, it doesn't matter because he can time travel anyway, so they can just go back when he's alive.
I see George Lopez, so I'm like, no, but George Lopez not playing fucking Blue Beetle.
George Lopez as Ted Cord. Holy shit.
He's so old. He's too old at this point.
George Lopez as Ted Cord. Send it right now.
Send it right now. Send it, DC. Just do a deep fake. Just do the Indiana Jones deep fake. Just like have him just make him do that'd be hilarious. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And that's probably ways away. So but yeah, Booster Gold people. That's gonna fucking happen. All right, so the next film, and then I wish Matt was here because I wanted to know Matt.
Susan Sarandon's playing Ted Cord's wife, Victoria Cord.
Oh shit! Okay.
So, I don't think they have him in it yet. But I remember her being cast as the villain as Victoria Cord, which is interesting. But
I just remembered something. Who did they want as fucking Ted Cord? Oh, Zach Braff. People wanted Zach Braff to be Ted Cord. Like I've been.
That would be good. That'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows?
You get Zach Braff as Ted Cord, and then the other dude from Scrubs as Booster Gold. Donald Faison or whatever his name is.
Wasn't he Booster Gold in Legends though?
Yes, he was Booster Gold in Legends.
Oh,
and I'm saying you just carry that over.
That'd be kind of funny though. Okay, now I'm actually here for it now.
Right?
Okay.
He was a good Booster Gold in Legends. He was hilarious.
Oh my. Okay, you know what? I'll consider that. But all right. So moving on, next film project, second to last one, and I wish Matt was here because we literally were talking about this shit last week, Seamus, or 2 weeks ago. James Gunn announced that he's a big fan of the comic book Supergirl One of Tomorrow, by Tom King and Beverly Bilquis Evely. So he decided, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna adapt that and make it into a fucking movie. What? Like this book literally just finished. Like. That's crazy. Like
that's how good it is, Mikey. You heard me talking this shit up.
I know. Listen, I read the. Okay, honestly, I read the first issue like the day after we talked about it, and I thought it was really good. So I'm gonna continue reading the rest. But yeah, listen. Hear me. This is the crazy thing. The fact that James Gunn was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take a run that literally just finished and blew my mind because it was that good, and I'm going to just adapt it into a film. It's gonna get its own adaptation in my universe. That's unheard of. Like what? When does it happen? Yeah, dude. Listen. From what and people who haven't checked out that our best and worst comics 2022. Check that out. I'll put that link there. Seamus and Matt has really praised this book to me. I've heard nothing but great things about it through other sources. So the fact that they're gonna adapt it adapt it, or I don't know if it's like a strong adaptation or a loose adaptation, but adapt it into.
They have Tom King in the writers' room, so I'd assume that it
Yeah.
would be pretty strong.
Exactly.
They just got him to write the script. I mean,
Yeah.
because I feel like you don't need to change much about this to make it fit in like a movie. Because
Exactly.
pretty, you know.
But yeah, now the fact that they're making that into a film, I'm looking forward to. So now I'm motivated to finish the rest of this, the rest of the series. But yeah, here's one thing I'll say this, right? Because obviously we know that the Flash is a straight reboot, and there's already a Supergirl already cast in that movie, played by Sasha Calle. Do you think that they're gonna just either move her into this movie, because she's from another universe anyway, so they would just probably just like rebirth her into the new DC canon, or just cast a new actress? Well, I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
I thought I heard something about this, but I'm not sure where. I'm trying to look it up right now to see if I heard if she's gonna be in it or not. But
Gotcha.
I hope I hope she's in it, because from everything I've heard, she's really good at Supergirl. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, also I actually really like her costume too. I think her costume is pretty cool. The fact that it's the I forget which version of I forget the name of that character, but of that version of Supergirl. But her costume is it's a pretty cool costume. But yeah, but one thing I did like how James Gunn described the film, the fact that like Supergirl has Superman like crashed in Kansas and grew up with a loving family, but Supergirl lived on an asteroid on a fraction of Krypton, and watched like all of her loved ones and stuff die due to like the assault on Kandor from Brainiac.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that he's playing with the fact that like, these are two super Kryptonian characters, two cousins, but they have very different upbringings. So
the flashback issue of this of Woman of Tomorrow is like crazy, because it's
is it
it made Supergirl shoot up from like, I don't care about Supergirl, to like top 5 superheroes in the DCU, because it was so good.
Oh, really?
It literally shows that like Superman was a baby during that time, but like Supergirl was like 16, 17. So like she had to like watch Krypton fall before it like actually blew up. So she was watching like society slowly collapse while she also was trying to like protect her friends and shit. Like that whole, when you get to that issue, it's like absolutely insane what Tom King does with Supergirl. And like there's where she had to, there's a whole scene in that issue where like she has to like I think she has to like build this like thing that the Kryptonians are like trying to do that might save the planet, and like everyone else like takes a break, or is like they physically can't do it anymore, but she's still there like hammering down the spikes into the ground to try to save Krypton, even though like, and it's like her hands are like completely bloodied, and like she looks absolutely disheveled, but she's still like hammering the shit in. And I was like, holy shit. Wow. It just made her like insanely like, what the fuck, Tom King? I did not know you had this shit in you, but this is great.
But that sounds
so good.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I hope they keep it a 1-to-1 adaptation, because every moment in that book is so good. And gotcha. it makes Supergirl so.
All right. Okay, I will now.
You gotta read it, Mikey. Right?
I'm gonna finish it
right after this. You too, Rebecca. Right after this. Sit there for an hour, 2 hours.
It'll be on the list of stuff I'll get to in like a year or two. Probably.
Rebecca, do you have any thoughts on Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow at all?
I haven't read it, so I don't have too many thoughts.
Are you even excited for a Supergirl movie at all?
I'm like excited in that it sounds cool and people are telling me the book are good, but as of right now, I'm not super invested in Supergirl as a character.
Gotcha.
That's how I was before I read it. I'm telling you, after you read it, top five.
Fair enough. All right, but
I'm open to liking Supergirl. I just haven't read enough to like be that attached to her.
Fake fan.
All right, but moving on. Well, the thing is, like, before we move on to the last project, listen, if Tom King's ready in the writers' room, right, and James Gunn was so willing to adapt Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, I would die. I would cry even if he was just like, maybe one of the books I want to pull for this new universe, fucking Human Target. I would cry.
When you said Tom King, I thought that's what he was going to announce.
What's Human Target, dude?
Human Target or like Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, I want any of those three are like, listen, James Gunn. You know, we established he reads. So who knows? Maybe he's maybe.
I don't think they're gonna want to touch like any of the like new God stuff just yet, though. I think they're gonna wait a little bit.
But like, but you could touch Human Target.
They also got who's the other guy? There was another name from the they got the writers' room is like it's Tom King, Drew Goddard, who did Daredevil. Yeah.
Shit.
One of the girls who wrote Birds of Prey, and then
oh wait, no, that's not good.
And then one of the guys that worked on Doom Patrol, and then one of the girls that worked on the Watchmen TV
Jeremy
show.
Carver, because Jeremy Carver is doing because Jeremy Carver and the writer for the Watchmen TV show are doing the Waller show together.
Yeah.
So
and the one of the girls who worked on the Watchmen show.
Yeah. So that's gonna be great.
It's like it's a good group of boys and girls.
Yeah. So listen, man, James Gunn, you know where you're watching this, bro. We love you. Adapt Human Target, please. It's too good not to be adapted into anything. All right. So yeah, the last project that for this portion of chapter 1. Fucking hell, dude. Alan Moore's gonna be so mad. Swamp Thing, dude.
I think we've gotten more Swamp Thing reboots than Spider-Man reboots at this point.
Yeah. I was surprised by this considering they had that TV show they canceled.
The good TV show they canceled that was like actually good.
Yeah, and they were like, we're not going to reboot that. We're just going to do a movie, okay? Like,
nah,
fuck it.
Listen, man.
Just get a new Swamp Thing every 4 years.
Listen, man. Listen, because I like Swamp Thing as a character because I didn't really read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. I read the Scott Snyder New 52 run, and that run is fucking great. And every time Swamp Thing appears in anything, I'm always reading it. I read it eventually, so that's great. But yeah, no, the fact that we're getting freaking fucking our boy Swamp Thing in a feature film, which is crazy, and the fact that he said that it's gonna be in our DC universe, but it's gonna be in a different kind of avenue. It's gonna be more darker, a little bit more horror-esque. Like
it's probably gonna be like the Werewolf by Night of
exactly. And the thing is, like, they already have a good like basis to go off of because again, even though that Swamp Thing show on DC Universe was canceled, it was phenomenal. It was a really good, well done show. I
honestly think they're just gonna do Alan Moore's run, like because it's a good setup for Swamp Thing. It's a solid run. You got a good character arc in there, and like other DC characters, small DC characters show up. I mean, like Constantine could show up in this.
That was one thing I was thinking. I was like, yo, what if we get this is gonna be our appearance for like a brief cameo, like our instant, like we see Constantine.
Yeah, you see Matt Ryan just pull up for a minute.
That's the thing, though. Will they cast Matt Ryan? No. I hope they do.
They will cast Matt Ryan because I think everyone loves Matt Ryan, and he's been in the Harley Quinn show as his character, and he's like one of the only. I think he is like the only actor in that show to reprise his role from anything else, because like all the other actors in Harley Quinn are different. But
yeah, there are two actors that I think, even though I would love Matt Ryan to come back, obviously, because I love the Constantine show and him in the Arrowverse,
and he loves doing it. So like,
yeah, there's only two actors. There's only two other actors I can envision to play Constantine if not Matt Ryan. Is I can see Riz Ahmed maybe. Like I can see Riz Ahmed doing a good Constantine. And the second one is I would love if like Taron Egerton did it. Like
he would be
because he was Constantine in the Sandman audiobook.
Yeah,
and hearing that voice, I was like, nah. Like he did a really good Constantine, and I think he has the looks for it. I think he has that gruff look to him.
They just say fuck it, and like they're like, it's Keanu Reeves, fuck it.
Keanu Reeves. But that movie is happening though, so
he's getting another one, but it's not going to be. DC's just signing off on it because they know it's just going to be a little movie that people are going to be like, oh yeah, I remember the first one. This has nothing to do with DC Comics.
But yeah, listen, Swamp Thing, I'm excited for it. That means we're going to have intro to the green, bro. Like actually them like touching on the green because the show weaved it in a little bit, but like they didn't really expand upon it. So like I'm looking to see maybe like some good horror, some good special effects, and also like just showcasing the green. And that means if they show the green, that means you could probably see the red and the rot is the villain, bro.
The
Like-
Rot is the villain, and then just do what they did with the Earth 2 New 52 run and have
Solomon Grundy
be the avatar of the Rot, and then you
Yeah.
got yourself a cool like monster fight at the end of the horror movie. That's gonna be fun as fuck.
Yeah,
You know
that'd
what I
be
mean?
sick. That'd be sick. Or
And-
just fuck it. The villain's like Florionic Man or whatever the fuck his name.
Yeah. You can do whatever. I just think if they that would be that's an easy pull. Everyone knows Solomon Grundy because he was in the Justice League cartoon show. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
like, people would be hyped to be like, oh, Solomon Grundy's the villain, and he just looks like Solomon Grundy. He's got the white hair. He's got like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't try to do any weird new redesign that makes him look weird.
I mean, the only weird thing that I would like actually be okay with, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be fine if they did this, but if they did more what they did with like the Scott Snyder run, where like we had fucking Swamp Thing, like have like fucking wings and shit, like
I don't mind if they give him like wings and yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Injustice 2 acknowledged it, so I would love the like the whole like wings and shit, like if they. Yeah, but they're probably gonna go the Alan Moore route, but like aesthetically, I would love it if I think it would be more like the Scott Snyder run, like visually. Swamp Thing, man, I can't wait, dude.
I think they should make him like the Hulk of the DC universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just have him travel from like place to place, and then like he comes across weird mystical shit that he's got to deal with. You know what I mean? Rather than like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like if they lean into the mystical aspect of it real heavy.
That'd be dope.
Because I like the horror idea, but like Swamp Thing isn't really horror. You know what I mean? He's like he's much more of a magical character. So.
No, I get it. Rebecca, do you have any thoughts on Swamp Thing at all?
Not really.
Zero. But yeah, listen, I'm excited. I also would maybe hope that like Swamp Thing puts another direction for maybe Justice League Dark. And if Constantine is a part of it, that'd be cool. Maybe to see Justice League Dark. Listen, I would kill to see Etrigan in live action, bro. I would kill him, man. Because I love Etrigan.
And Guillermo del Toro is open now to do Justice League Dark if he wants to do it.
Like literally, like I think what's his name? John Campea earlier today said like he would die if he would direct Swamp Thing. Yeah, he literally was just like, yo, fuck me, dude. Guillermo del Toro.
And then I would be right. We'd be one step closer to Hellboy on Justice League Dark again.
Exactly. But
just get Ron Perlman back, and then we're cooking.
I would love him to voice Swamp Thing, though.
Yeah, really. Ron Perlman as Swamp Thing would be hype.
That'd be sick. That actually opened my eyes a bit.
It just fades in, and you just hear war never changes, and you're like, fuck, I'm playing Fallout again.
But yeah, man, listen. But most likely, because it makes sense, because again, James Gunn seems like he's getting his friends involved. It would make sense for James Wan to direct this.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah.
James Wan was
give him a little peace offering after that Trench movie got canceled that he wanted to do.
Honestly, yeah, exactly, yeah. Because the Trench movie is not the Trench animated show is not happening. So
I thought it was dumb, and then when they revealed that it was going to be like a twist, like Black Manta movie, I was like, "Fuck you, DC for canceling this." I would have loved it.
It was gonna be Black. Ooh, that sucks.
So the twist is that it would have been like the Trench, but like Black Manta gets trapped in the trench, and he has to like MacGyver his way out of the trench using like tech that the Trench has like captured over the years.
And
I'm like, that sounds sick. That sounds so cool.
Please
but then DC canceled it because they were like, well, we don't know if a Black Manta movie would make money.
You're racist. Like, I'm sorry, but you're racist. Like,
you already have my boy. You already have my boy cast as Black Manta, and it was gonna be him.
Freaking Yaya, come on.
Yeah. As Black Manta, and it would have been him like MacGyver his way, making like a makeshift Black Manta suit after his gets like fucked up after the Trench gets it, and I'm like, that would have been sick as fuck.
Oh god, but anyway, yeah, James Wan would be a great. I think he's honestly born to direct one. Like, he really is. And like Jason Blum will get involved because they're partners right now in terms of like the Blumhouse stuff. So, yeah, fuck it, James Wan, Guillermo del Toro, and Jordan Peele, one of the others.
Jordan Peele Swamp Thing would be a crazy pick,
dude. Yeah, but
that'd be a crazy.
But yeah. So listen, Swamp Thing. I'm excited. I want it. But yeah. So that's
it's. I would say in like looking at all these movies, it's like very hard to see where he's going with this.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean? Like he's like all these are cohesive, and I'm like. Where are these going?
Yeah, I'll put that on for like that. Will be even in my final thoughts, right? Like, I'm very this announcement was made me very optimistic, and I don't know where he's going with it because he just said these are only like these four like these titles are the initial are just the only like the initial couple movies for chapter one. So like I'm curious to know what like the other projects that haven't been announced yet are, and what in terms of like the whole gods and monster things, like what's the lead up to all of this, how is it going to be how all going to be connected and weaving in, like if there's even going to be like a big bad. I wonder what like who like the big bad for the whole arc is gonna for the whole chapter is going to be.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I feel like I mean he did say this is only like part of chapter one, like it's not the full thing. But like even with part of it revealed, it's still like you can't. I don't like. Why is the Authority in there? Why are the Creature Commandos in there? Why is Swamp Thing in there? You know what I mean? There's like a couple that stick out that are like odd choices that seem tactical for a story that they're building.
Here's the thing too. It could just be that they'll do something original.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying is like they could do something original that's like a created character for the movies, which would be very interesting because like I don't think Marvel has even done that where they've used characters and changed them to fit the movies, but be interesting to see like a fully original movie character, but
I wouldn't be against that if it like fits,
That's what I'm saying. That'd be hype, but like it just seems very weird to have he's leaning heavy into like the mystical stuff. You know what I mean? Because like you'd think that we'd get like not Creature Commandos and Swamp Thing first, But
I mean, one project I would hope maybe would be one thing. I mean, because obviously we're going to have Superman with Superman Legacy and Batman with Brave and the Bold. Because obviously Paradise Lost can lean into Wonder Woman. Like I would like a Wonder Woman film. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. But then also have like one of the I guess like the Justice League like movies just be called Trinity. And just have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
and like that'd be and just do Francis Manipul Trinity, please. Like that'd be really cool. Waiting for them to do it. But yeah, other than that, like, well, I'm also just like, what video games are they gonna drop to connect these together?
That's what I'm saying.
Like I don't know.
It's I think I don't think it's too early to tell anything. But like even trying to figure out, I just have no idea where this is going.
Yeah, like
which is kind of exciting. I like that because like. Yeah. I hate how in Marvel now I know what's coming in like 5 years.
We're used to it.
I know Kang and Secret Wars is going to happen, and I'm like, I kind of miss the old days where like Kevin Feige would pop out of nowhere and be like, Civil War is in a year, and then he'd run away and he'd be like, whoa, what the fuck?
Exactly.
It feels like this again, where you're like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's just like the fact that like we can only see a blank canvas, but like James Gunn can see the whole painting. So like I don't know. Like
or at least we're assuming he can.
Yeah, for the most part. But
I think he's got it. Listen, if you are choosing to do like Creature Commandos, Swamp Thing, The Authority, you have a vision because you don't just pull those out of your ass and go like, those would be cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But without the vision, those would probably like bomb a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially The Authority being its own movie that's going to come out in theaters. It's not like going to be shuffled onto HBO Max as like
it's not, yeah.
You know what I mean? So and Swamp Thing, not a TV show either. That's a full movie that's going to be in theaters, which is also crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But one thing one takeaway from it when the announcement video ended is that he's saying, even though like there's a vision for what we have, like an 8 to 10 year plan for DC. But he says most importantly that like the writers and the directors' visions come first. Like in terms of the storytelling, the integrity of the storytelling, in terms of like they tell great stories first is the number one priority, and I love that. Like that's what it should be,
And that's why it feels like some projects are we need this to build into that. And then other ones are, we just want to tell a cool story with this character. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Like Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is definitely, we just want to tell a cool Supergirl story more so than like, she is integral to the overall, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Which creatively in terms of like Marvel movies, I'm not to like knock on Marvel, but like they're kind of creatively in a vice grip in terms of like what the executives and what Feige expects from directors and writers.
Yeah.
So the fact that like, James Gunn saying, yeah, like we have a vision and it's gonna be connected and there's gonna be a end game to like this chapter, but we don't want the creativity of the directors, the people involved, to be stunted in order to meet what we want, like to meet like the end goal, which I think is great. It makes that's the ideal thing to do. That's the creative. That's like
it feels like it's funny. It feels like when AEW was announced a couple years ago. You know what I mean? It's exactly how it feels. Where you're like, this could be better than what I was getting over the past 10 years, and I hope it is. Because I always thought that like if DC does it right, they could easily beat Marvel. You know what I mean? If DC does it right, they could easily be more successful than Marvel was, because people know the DC characters more than like Captain America and Iron Man. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But yeah, I'm looking forward to what we have next for the next at least like 5 years from because it's only the first half, but
which is weird. We're getting chapter 1 and like there's still another half to chapter 1, so that's probably another 3 years.
Yeah.
And then like, so what? We're gonna finish this like 3 chapter thing probably, or like in like the end of 2030s. Which is weird to think.
Who knows? I mean, they'll probably elaborate it more towards Comic-Con, but like timeline wise and like release date wise, but
it just kind of like hurts my head to think.
Who knows? Maybe this could happen in the next like 4. All these products happen in the next like 4 years. You don't know. Like I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Too much.
It would. Yeah. It's either going to be a long time until we see like the full payoff, or we're going to get a lot of shit in the next like. Because like I feel like Marvel's in that problem now. Where now they did like the 10-year build to the end, and that was cool. And now they're in the like every like 4 years we get a end game level movie, which I feel like is kind of tiring. You get all that shit like condensed in the one cycle. It's a little fucked up.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this shit. I hope it's good though.
Hope it's good. Yeah. Moral of the story. So moral of the story is that I'm excited. We're getting the Authority, bro. I can't fucking wait, dude. Oh Lord, that's the most anticipated project out of all of these. It's just the Authority. I'm looking forward to maybe hopefully getting more insight during San Diego Comic-Con during Comic-Con season. And yeah, man, James Gunn, man, you fucking did it. I'm proud of you. You deserve this. You're a fan first. Like, he's a fan and he's doing this. Like you can tell, you can feel that energy there. And also other moral of the story is fucking Snyderverse fans, move the fuck on. It's done. Please, just get over it. Like it's not happening. Like it's over. So it's over.
Maybe Snyder could direct one movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but
him and Gunn are cool. Or him and Gunn are friends, I believe.
That's what I'm saying. Like Snyder could still like direct a movie or like get a character in the DCU, but like I was not fucking with his vision. I was not fucking with the Snyder vision. I'm gonna be real.
Exactly. Rebecca, do you have anything you want to say, final thoughts wise, or no?
Not really. I think some of the stuff that they put out sounds cool, and others I'm gonna have to wait and see if I am interested in it or not.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, overall, today was a good day. I was so happy the whole day, and I'm probably gonna watch more videos on this shit like right after we're done here. But yeah, so yeah, basically that's basically it, people. Thanks for everyone who are watching this or will watch this. We appreciate it. Thanks again for bearing with us because it was a very last minute impromptu episode because we had to talk about this shit. It was too important not to pass up. But yeah, thanks Rebecca, Seamus. Appreciate it as always. Great insight as always. But yeah, basically yeah. So just check out Rebecca. We're dropping Transformers next week, I believe. That's coming out.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Transformers is coming out soon. To be on the lookout for that, check out the Best and Worst Comics podcast that we did with Seamus and Matt, and the highlight clip for that as well. That was pretty fun. Also, we're gonna have an announcement probably sometime next week because we kind of snagged our next off-panel interview. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Seamus will probably tell you that once we wrap. So be on the lookout for that as well. Also, be on the lookout for we're gonna probably be doing Deadly Class. We're gonna be I'll be announcing a schedule for that sometime in the next like few weeks. But yeah, people appreciate the support as always. Put on the comments what product from this new slate are you excited to see? It's because it has to be authority. It's only authority. But comment, like, subscribe, all that. Click notification bell if you want to get notified whenever we drop our other videos. Also, check out the Dead Space stuff because Rebecca has been killing it as well, playing Dead Space on the channel.
I don't know if I go that far.
Listen, I'm trying to hype you up, Rebecca. Don't ruin it. Yeah, guys, as always, get home safe, and we'll see y'all next one. All right, peace.